What is going on, Governor? It's Chisgule here, and today we're going to talk about the Lunar New Year event and bundle, and, how you get max value with both of those things. If you like videos where we talk about getting value in Rise of Civilizations, you should definitely like and subscribe because we're going to cover that, and we are a sponsored creator for Rise of Civilizations. Now, in this case, you can see I put my money where my mouth is. I purchased every level of the Lunar New Year bundle to get a sense of all the sort of different things that were contained within it, and we're going to break down whether or not I think the value is there. Now, a part of this depends on what it is that you are trying to accomplish at this point in the game. For me, getting to tier 5 as fast as I can is the thing that's most important, and the thing that matters the most for that is speed ups. So, the thing I was looking to see in this bundle, and there's some pretty decent value here for, is the speed ups. Now, in my perfect world on a holiday event, instead of seeing resources and resource tokens like you see here, there would instead be a pick one resource chest where you get to choose what type of resource it is. With that said, I'm going to include kind of off to the side here, or maybe just above me, a little table showing the total minutes and hours and days of speed ups contained within the different tiers of the Lunar New Year bundle. And the thing that I thought was sort of interesting, and I'll sort of tab through the different price tiers that I purchased here, is that at the lower tiers, there were more minutes of speed up than in the Fountain of Wisdom. But then when you get up to the $100 tier, there were fewer minutes of speed up than you might get from the Fountain of Wisdom, which I thought was kind of interesting and not what I wanted to see. So, the thing that makes this bundle potentially still much better than the normal bundles you might be able to go and get is that contained within it is sort of a higher percentage of value than you normally might get. So you get, I think it's something like 800% value. At least that's what it claims when you're buying this Lunar New Year bundle. And I think it's in the realm of like 700% value when you're getting the Fountain of Wisdom and maxing that out. So, with that said, I think if you're a very light spender in this game to a moderate spender, the King's Coronation is better value if you haven't gotten it. And then from there, I thought the Lunar New Year was okay. Overall, I would say that the whales that I've talked to have purchased it, but said that other holiday events have been better value. So, that's worth mentioning because Valentine's is just around the corner, and I know we've got more Lunar New Year stuff we want to cover here, but if you haven't seen it yet, we know there's going to be some Valentine's Day stuff. There is a city hall decked out toward it, so coming soon, probably Valentine's related chests, and I don't know, maybe we'll pick those up too. So for now, I'm feeling pretty good about those purchases, and there's a couple other things with the Lunar New Year that you should get a look at. One of those is the Red Packet Bonanza. Now, the thing that's most exciting about this is that there's a Lucky Lion decoration that you can get for your city, and like, look, do I like stuff to decorate my city? Of course I do. Of course I do. So, yeah, we're going to partake in this event. We're going to unlock this Lucky Lion. And, the rest of the rewards here are fine, but nothing to kind of really write home about. I mean, I guess a gold key is interesting. And obviously, these legendary stars are really great to get more of. Can always use more of those. The way that you can complete this event is by completing Alliance Help, which is a thing I do a ton of, so feel good about that, defeating Barbarian Forts, and Courier Station purchases. So if those are things that you were already doing, you can feel pretty good that you're going to be very well rewarded, and those are things that you should be doing. So let's go now. We've got 43 Lucky Foo to stuff this red packet. Why don't we do some stuffing here and see how far we can get? And I kind of wonder, yes, you can in fact crit, which is kind of cool. So we're going to power through this Lucky Foo event. This is, I feel, going to be pretty easy for us. And that's cool. You only have 3 days to do it, so not a lot of time. I would try to finish this event early if you can. There we go. So we just collected a bunch of rewards, feel really good about that. And we're making our way toward the top tier with the Lucky Lion. Now, if you want to see exactly how much experience you need, if you go to the info for the event, it shows you exactly what that's going to look like. So this is, I think, a totally doable event, whereas the Christmas tree decoration event was a bit harder to actually finish, even though you have more time. And the full details are kind of in here. So overall, I think this is a nice little side event that they're doing. I'm excited to have another decoration in my city. And I think the real kind of bonanza lies probably just around the corner for whatever this Valentine's event is going to be. Now, with all those resources that I just picked up, and man, did I get a lot of them, I'm probably going to be working on my wall. My wall, it's, I mean, 75 million stone, but we're on the doorstep of having that. I'll use the tokens to get the other stuff in place. And from there, I'll probably level up my hospitals a bit. I'm going to have to use gems to power up my castle a fair amount. Because the castle is ultimately required to get the academy to 25. And let me tell you, I know I've been talking about this a lot, but you have to have an unbelievable number of Books of the Covenant, and they're 10 gems a pop, which is pretty wild. Now, of course, you also have to have your Watchtower at level 25, and I'm a ways away from that. It's 3,000 arrows of resistance to get to level 24, and then a solid 5,000 to get to level 25. Now, the thing that I like about the Watchtower is that, these arrows of resistance, there's a ton of events that come around to help with that. The Lohar event being one of the very best ones. Who knew that first event at the start of the game would be really good to spend all your action point potions on, and we have a ton of potions saved up to go and do that. The other thing that we're kind of saving a lot of speed ups for is upgrading the barracks, archery range, stable, and siege workshop. In my perfect world, I'd like to be using all building specific speed ups when I go and do that, because the rest of my speed ups I want to use toward my tier 5 research. Yeah, man. My calculations indicate that I think I might have 24,000 hours of speed ups that I need to do to get to tier 5. And maybe my math is wrong, but like I've got a long way to go. The amount of speed ups that we just picked up with $185 of purchases was, let's see, about 350 hours, just shy of that. So, yeah. What we're going to be trying to do is converting these gems into other things that get me toward tier 5, and those resources as much as possible at a place like the courier station where you can turn resources into speed ups. That's a thing. That's probably how we'll get the most value from that. I think the other thing I'll add about that bundle that we purchased that, is kind of less exciting is that it contains gold. And at this point, everybody's got more gold than they know what to do with, except the people who have tier 5 troops, and they are using tons of gold repairing them and building them. So, my friends, I hope you found this video helpful about the Lunar New Year, and in particular, the Lunar New Year pack. Um, you know, I, I think other events have been better value. I spent on it. I think it's probably better value than trying to do the Fountain of Wisdom and jamming that all the way up. Um, I will say, and this is a pack we haven't really covered on the channel a whole heck of a lot, but this New Year's Blessing pack is really good value. And the only reason we haven't purchased it is that we're saving it to purchase during some event, like a recharge event, that will reward us for doing that. Also worth mentioning, because we're really on the speed up plan, we've started to purchase the 7-day speed up supply. We've escalated our spending to try to get to tier 5 a little bit faster, and it's still going to take a while. Truly, I think some of the best value we're getting, if we go to my rankings here, is simply gathering resources on the map. We're at a solid 2.85 billion resources gathered, and the kingdom is, let's see here, how many days old? The kingdom is 133 days old. So it's a lot of resources every single day. That is why we've been able to make a whole heck of a lot of progress, in my opinion. Make a lot of progress, combine that with some spending. Whew. All right. If this was helpful, please do leave a comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know what you think of this pack. I know I've said this a couple times. I think there's aspects of it that are really good. The lower tiers have more minutes of speed up than other places. There are things that I would rather see in this pack, like something that contributes toward an event, like resource selection, and so I can avoid getting gold. But we picked it up, and I feel good about it. Until next time, my friends, you have fun smashing the kingdom.